Well, good morning and welcome to Reflections with Rhonda Jones and Kimberly Johnson and Monica Livingston. We are surviving a hot Florida summer. Barely, very hot. Just horribly hot. But,
Could be worse. Could have the heat and the fire behind you, like my aunt in California.
True.
That's awful.
Is it in her neck of the woods, sort of?
It's pretty close by. She's in Redding.
Oh, wow.
So she has had some pictures that she's shown of the hospital where she went to have her hip surgery and stuff, pretty close by, and the fire right behind it. And she's packed up with some stuff and ready to evacuate if need be, but, hoping not to have to.
Sure, wow.
That's horrible. My heart
Okay,
goes out.
that's some news right there, because if I remember correctly, a friend of mine is still in Ego, which is not that far from Reading. Mm-hmm. I'll have to check with her and see how she's doing.
Yeah, you do, Diana, because this is horrible. Fire.
I mean, as far as I know, Redding's still okay right now, but, she hasn't quit posting or anything or said, hey, we've gone. But, yeah, it's not far off. It is a worrisome thing when it's such a big fire and, such a big situation. And
Didn't some children and a great-grandmother, they got killed in car, I think.
I think so, and wasn't there a firefighter that was trying to help them that died as well, I believe? Because my aunt had posted something about a firefighter that died trying to help save some people. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been doing some traveling here this past week, and so I've haven't kept up to like with the news part of it, but I've just seen what my aunt's posted and other people in the family. So
Let us know. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it's almost August, people. Kids are going to be going back to school, and mothers will be. So, it's kind of a blessing and a curse when your kids go back to school. I remember that. You were glad to, so they could go. You wouldn't have to think about.
for a few days.
Well, you wouldn't have to think about, daycare or who's going to watch them, especially when they were younger. But then it's a curse because you got to get them out to bed and get them to school on time, and it's just headache after headache sometimes. So, is that what y'all think about it?
Well, we homeschool, but then my daughter actually wants to go to public school this year, so this will be,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
She's such a social butterfly.
And we talked to her because she's never been to public school, but she's a very time-oriented person. She's very structured in her time, and I'm not. And I mean, seriously, when she goes to help my daughter-in-law pumps to get breast milk for my grandson, she'll ask her, okay, let's synchronize our watches. You're putting how many minutes you're going to pump, how many breaks you're going to have, and she'll put her clock the same as Jennifer's, so she knows to the minute how long things are. At any rate, so I think she will enjoy.
I think so.
A structured environment. We asked her why she wanted to, and if it had been I want to be with my friends or I want to go to the dances, I could have pushed back against that. But she said, Mom, I think I need to hear more opinion than just yours. I want to hear what other people have to say about things, and I want to learn from other people, and I want to be in a classroom with other students so I can hear what they have to say too.
Wow.
So I couldn't push back against that.
No, brilliant. Absolutely.
So yeah, this is our first year with
I
her.
know you're going to be in
School supplies and school clothes.
Oh, I know it. It's horrendous. It's
Be heavily relying on Monica. Her daughter goes to the same school.
Well, actually, it will be daughter and son going to the same school this year.
That's right.
Yeah.
One year that I don't have, or first year that I don't have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get kids ready for school.
Good for you, Monica. Good for you.
But then next year they'll be in separate schools again. I don't want to talk about that because that means the oldest one's going to high school. So I'm not talking about that yet.
Okay. We won't think about that.
No,
Not happening.
we were talking earlier about lying to children. Sometimes those little white lies you give them to encourage them. But I think that was from my generation, like kind of an old school thing we did. And I was saying nowadays, the mothers think they have to be so honest with them and tell them everything, which is not hunky-dory either, in my opinion.
It's not, yeah.
But, so, it's just,
Yeah, find a balance in there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the whole thing in life. You have to find that balance, and I guess that's what we call life, is that balance. You have to always walk. What do you think about that, Diana? Walking on a tightrope. That's life. Finding balance.
That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. A little Frank Sinatra for you there. Yeah, it always is. It's a matter of balancing everything. I mean, I'm so happy that a lot of kids get to have those words of encouragement, even if they are little white lies or whatever you want to call them. I got the lies from the other side. Those two would tell me what a piece of crap I was. But happily, I got through that too, so no big deal there. It all comes down to determination again, more or less, leading back into what I was talking about on the morning show, the first show. Just have to hold it in there that I am going to do this, whatever it takes, and that can actually keep you going.
It can, but it's also hard for people to have that determination. I think I'm making this up. I think the odds are more that more people are less determined than others, because words seem to affect people more than their own determination can, outrun them. If my parents would have told me everything that him and her told you, I don't know. I would need some sort of therapy. I would be devastated, but.
Well, I'm not saying that I never had any therapy.
Okay, fair point. I just don't know if I could, live with that. My parents, my mom is more honest, as obviously we're old, and she don't mind telling, you look horrible today. What's wrong with you? Or that doesn't look good on you, or, I think, but earlier it was a little more encouraging and a little more white lies, and it did seem to give me encouragement, so I excelled in things because I thought my mom, had this hope in me, if she thought I could do it, or my dad thought I could do it, well, darn it, I can do it. I can do it. We have to have people that believe in us. And you may not believe in, your child's going to be whatever, but you can make them believe it, and that's where it counts. At the end of the day,
Yes,
at the end of the day,
absolutely.
my mom can believe I can be this, or my dad can believe that, but I really had to absorb that and believe it. So I don't know, like little white lies sometimes. I don't know. What's your stand on that?
Well, I mean, I think that the encouragement that can come from, like, I mean, I don't even know if I'd necessarily call it a white lie. It's just like, you're wanting your child to believe in themselves, and you're believing in their child. You're realistic enough to know that the outcome may not be that they're going to win that spelling bee, but hey, you were chosen. Go in there, do your absolute best. You can win it. You can. The other kid could make a mistake. Even the smartest kids can get nervous and mess up. So I don't know that it's necessarily always a white lie or something, but it's just trying to get them to see the potential that they do have in areas. I mean, telling somebody, oh yeah, that looks good on you, and really in your head thinking, that wouldn't be my first choice for your outfit. Got a snug here, snug. That's more of the white lie thing, and I think that's maybe. Like I've done that maybe with a girlfriend or something, because I know that the girlfriend doesn't have something else to wear,
Right.
or I know that I don't want to crush their self-esteem, and I mean, but at the same time, I'd want them to be realistic with me, and be like, hey, if it totally doesn't look good and I'm going out looking a hot mess, I wouldn't want them to let me do that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I was surely happy at the Pride Festival back in June that a couple of my friends are quite realistic with me because I had the thought, okay, do I want to try going out in hot pants and a bikini top? And they looked at me and said, Anna, no, just don't. And, they had a point.
Well, I'm glad that you thought of doing that. I mean, hey, but I guess you trust your friend's opinion, so.
Implicitly.
I mean, do you always trust your friend's opinion or your husband's opinion? Do you say, oh, they don't really know. I think I might do this.
Rick, I do, because he'll be honest with me and he'll flat tell me.
Well, that's his job.
And yeah, I think for the most part, my friends too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I've got a friend that'll tell you and she don't even care.
yeah.
But yeah, she'll what she thinks will come out her mouth before her brain catches up.
But have you ever had a girlfriend, probably not for long, but they were into telling you things that you knew darn good and well didn't, like, oh, that looks really good, you ought to do that. And they were just being snarky. You know what I'm saying? Kind of,
I've run into people like that.
yeah,
I don't think I've ever made friends with people.
yeah. Or you weren't for long
Yes.
after that, no. But women tend to, by the way, Diana, women sometimes tend to like go out, compete with each other for some reason,
I always thought that was a
I have
sign of
a story
insecurity.
about
Yeah.
that.
I think so.
I think it really is, but that you ask the person and they're very secure in themselves. It's just, but I've seen that, I've witnessed that. It seems like one woman has to be like, oh yeah, you look great, and then she's thinking in her head, I look so much better, that type
Yeah.
thing, and
Yeah,
and sometimes you can tell, but sometimes you really can't tell.
yeah. Women are horrible sometimes to
can
each
be.
other. They can be.
Well, my latest ex was one who never went for the makeup, never, that did that sort of thing. And then I came out, and suddenly she's doing the fingernail polish and all the nice makeup and everything else, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, are you competing with me? And it was a little bit of a validation right there.
Yeah, yeah. So
When
you're,
when we were no longer in each other's company, I mean, well, we had already split up when this was happening, but we still talked to each other, remained friends, that sort of thing. Then she decided that she would rather not talk to me at all. But just before that happened, she went back, when I was not around as much as I used to be. So that kind of made me wonder, I wonder if there's a little bit of competition going on here. And
yeah.
man, I kind of feel good about that.
That was a compliment to you, right?
Now, were she to see me now, I mean, I look
Yeah.
I'll be nicer, and I'll say I look a whole bunch better now than I did, 5 years ago.
You got the hang of it. So, okay, so you were talking about ex as in like in a heterosexual type of like
Yeah,
ex-wife.
I was still trying to be a boy back then.
Okay, yeah.
We were together 11 years.
Gotcha. Okay.
The coming out wasn't the primary thing that split us up, but she does state that it was part of it, and I mean, only she knows what she's feeling. So
Yeah.
I cannot I cannot criticize her for that.
Well, sometimes I look at Caitlin's Instagram page and I'm like, girl, you are looking good. I wish I had legs like that. I look at it, then I was like, I wonder how Chris feels. Like Chris has to step up her game because her ex-husband is looking better than she does. Oh my gosh.
I've known a couple couples. They say that Halloween is the cross-dresser's favorite holiday, and a couple of times the male half of the relationship, would do the costume as, okay, I'm going to be a girl this year. And wifey would look and, damn it, you look better than I ever did.
Oh my gosh, we went from white lies to cross-dressing on Halloween.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there, but
Yeah, that's always make sure my husband
I think
doesn't cross-dress on Halloween.
did we lose our G rating with that? I'm not
Prob-
sure.
Probably
Possibly,
did.
possibly.
It's a constant battle. I'm not even sure we have a G rating. We should.
I don't know.
All right, let's take a look at the progress, if you want to call it that, over here at Joey's station.
I'm seriously not gonna draw any more pictures on this wall. I'll bring along the second one.
Well, I definitely
Well, that's
see
the
what
draw.
looks like water and
Big
something
picture.
coming
That's
down
what
into
draw.
water, and it looks like a reflection of it in the water.
Yeah.
Are those mushrooms? And if they are they magic?
If they were, they would be.
That's very
I'm sure
interesting.
Aaron's going to have something to say about that when he gets in tonight. But I'm not even going to venture a guess as to what.
Well, whatever it is, it really looks good. Let's put it that way.
Definitely striking.
I'm struggling with the bottom, black, like,
Almost looks like somebody's feet,
Watch
and
it.
like they're looking
that's
out
what
past
I
their
thought.
feet at the water, and then whatever these elements are that are pouring water down into the water, or dropping something down into the water. See that? It's kind of spilling down into the water,
Yeah.
and there's a reflection of it in the water.
or could be two heads looking at a TV screen or a monitor.
Oh, or at a movie theater.
Yeah,
looking at a big
absolutely,
screen.
Or
absolutely.
could it be the waters separated from the waters? And well, no, that's a different show.
What a really good
Actually
Arn.
looks better on screen than it does live, I think.
It does. It does. It
All
really
right,
looks
show
better
back
on screen.
so we can see it.
Yeah. Very nice.
Contrast.
Well, you got the blue light coming in from from the set that it kind of gives it a woo like.
Very nice. It's gonna be good, whatever it is. Whatever it is. But see, you have to show up tonight at 7 p.m.
See the finished product.
to see the finished product. And so, Dr. Jones and Aaron Rod and Diane and Daryl, and, they're a good draw, but I mean, I'm just going to look just to see what this thing is. Absolutely. that I might even just, I don't know. I'm so curious. So curious. But
And there's where I'm going to keep some hope. I'm going to do everything I can to deal with possible leg cramps because those took me off Wednesday's show, unfortunately. But it was a darn good show anyway. Thank you, Dr. Jones, for hitting that home run.
well, he can hit a home run every now and then. He's back there playing with the children. But yeah,
Always a good thing.
yeah, he goes for the fence. He's back there roaming around. Okay, we're talking about lying to each other, and let's see. Have I ever lied to you two? In my
I
heart?
doubt it.
I don't think so.
I doubt it. I usually
I don't think
depend on you to say what you feel.
so. Yeah.
Although you're not the friend I was in reference to earlier.
No, I think I know the friend you're talking about. Yeah, but no, yeah, she is a friend. She's a friend.
Yeah, and I never have to worry that she'll lie to me. 'Cause
No.
what she feels, she says.
She's exactly right. There you go. It's good to know where you stand with people, right?
Absolutely.
And so, I would say 90% of the time, my husband will tell me the truth about, an outfit, or well, most time I don't think he really hones in on it, but or whatever. Sometimes if I'm having a bad day, he'll probably fudge it a little bit. Oh yeah, you look like you lost a few pounds. So I mean, he might fudge some of that, But most time it's just hardcore truth, and you just gotta suck it up.
Wait a minute. You
Yeah?
looking like you lost a few pounds. What is he telling you? You're fat?
Well,
Dr. Jones, how dare you?
if I'm complaining, like, oh my gosh, I can't, these jeans, eat too much, and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know how you expect me
That was
to.
me the other day getting ready. I had some friends who gifted me a ticket to a concert that I wanted to see that they had tickets to. And I'm trying to get ready and I'm throwing shirts on the bed, and because I had lost 80 something pounds a few years ago and I've gained about 50 of it back, which thankfully it's only the 50 I've gained back, not all 80. But I was just like really disgusted. I guess my son heard me mumbling and he came over and hugged me. He's like, Mom, you're beautiful. And I'm like, thank you, son. Love you. Go away now so Mommy can have her tantrum and get her clothes on and find something to wear. Because I had to leave and I had to have some clothes on.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
worst.
so.
Trying to get ready to go somewhere and you just
Don't like anything you're wearing.
and you just throw. I just toss it, and then sometimes I'll get back in the bed and pull the covers up like this. He'll come in. What's wrong? And then I know. They hate it. They hate when we do that, but we just do it. I don't know if every woman does it, but
Well, I finally
think
just
so.
got to that point. I didn't get back in the bed, but I was like, God, I just hate everything I wear. And then I'm like, well, you dummy, you know what you got to do. You got to start losing the weight, or you won't like anything you're wearing, So,
I usually get back in the bed. I was like, no, I can't do it.
well, I was going to Sugarland, so I was getting out of bed and going.
Oh,
If I had to
sure.
go looking, frumpy dumpy, I'm going to see Sugarland.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sugarland, I was really impressed. They came out, they did their show and stuff, and part of their show, they came out and on the screen, they had the word sugar, an L, and the and symbol. And then they had equals everyone, and then it said including you and you and you, and the whole message in there is that words have, impacts, and a lot of times it can be negative impacts. The song that they sang, and I cannot remember the name of the song they sang, partly because the audio was off during that one, I think. And it was a brand new one. I hadn't never heard the lyrics before. But the stuff they were putting on the screen was all about, that there's so many, and I don't remember the percentage. I think it was either upper 60s or 70s % of LGBTQ children have either thought about committing suicide or have committed suicide. And then there was a percentage that was a little bit less, and it was saying that they have heard negative comments from family members
Sure.
and stuff.
Oh, that's-
And so it was talking about being inclusive and watching what you say and getting past these demeaning and derogatory comments and it was just, I thought it was wonderful and a big group that's pretty well known, and they're taking a stand in country music,
Right.
type thing to spread a message that is very positive. And so I applauded that. I thought that was really good. I mean,
Very good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wish I could tell you what song it is, and I'm going to try to do some research, but
Yeah. Dinah, I wouldn't think Dinah likes country music. I'm just hazarding a guess.
I don't know. I guess it depends on who's doing it. I love bluegrass. Definitely. It just has a homey feel to it, a very
Does.
comfortable feeling. Now, when you come to the country artists that have been around the last, I don't know, maybe 30 years or so, I'm not sure that I'm
Don't say it. Don't say it. Please don't say it.
all that fond of them. I mean, I can't even remember the names anymore. There's one that wrote a lyric of what was it? The good old days, and when a woman would want to cook and would, or something like that. And it's like, wait a minute here. I mean, some of it to me feels condescending,
Yeah.
but I'll set that stuff aside and listen to Earl Scruggs.
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat Earl Scruggs. I was getting ready to think of his. There used to be two of them, Flatt and Scruggs.
Flatt and Scruggs, Lester Flatt and
Yeah,
Earl Scruggs.
yeah.
There is a video out on the intrawebs where Scruggs appeared on Letterman's show, and Steve Martin was playing with him, along with a number of other people. They did the Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
Yeah,
It was just fantastic to listen to,
it
and
is.
especially when you watched Steve
I tell you,
playing the banjo, just doing it dispassionately, just almost as if a quiet thing rather than really getting all happy into it and everything else. It was really great.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing that he got into that and has played with these famous bluegrass people, and but yeah, I'm an old country fan, or I'm a fan of old country. So yeah.
Well, come on, Rhonda, we've got to
I'm-
face the facts. I just turned 61, so it's like, okay, I'm old. I know it.
Yeah, I've faced it. Okay, the frustrated atheist. We have 1 minute, but you know what? Frustrated atheist, you can speak. So can we get him on?
I'm right here.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that Diana, the country music singer you're thinking of, is Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about Waylon, Willie, and the
My
boys.
sister was a big fan of Waylon Jennings, and it was like, okay, you can have him.
Don't worry about it. You can know. I mean, Russ, are you a fan of old country?
I grew up on it.
So you're not a fan.
Oh no, I'm. It was one of the things that has stuck with me. I do like a lot of other genres, but country music, especially some of the older stuff, has definitely sunk into me. One of my favorites has to be Hank Williams whenever he did his song Elvira.
All right, Miss
I
Stone.
love Elvira.
Okay. Is that the one that the Statler brothers covered?
It might have been. It's the one where
My Heart Is on
one
Fire
part that
That was the
Forever.
Oak
ever.
Ridge Boys.
Yes.
Yeah. Love it. I do. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love the harmony.
I mean, talent is talent, regardless if it's in old
Oh, yeah.
country or, pop or, hip hop or, just there's so many talented artistes. But
And I have-
yeah.
I have to admit that one of my guilty pleasures is listening to Boxcar Willie.
Oh, you can't beat Boxcar Willie. He's absolutely awesome.
Especially the way he does Kalijah.
Yeah, well, no, Charlie Pride, he's the best on Kalijah. So, but I have never heard Boxcar Willie do that, but Charlie Pride is my favorite with that song. Just
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, I like a lot of music that was before my time, including Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. What'd they call him? Old Blue Eyes?
Oh, Blue Eyes, chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board.
And I don't want to disrespect the dead, but when I used to do karaoke a lot more, I could do a better Sinatra than Sinatra.
Wow.
We might have to hear that, Diana.
Yeah. All right.
We're
Well,
talking
had
about a
people-
while ago.
Well, you
Yeah, I had
never
people
know.
say
You
that I
might.
sound pretty close to Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, man, his newer stuff, I should say, has really the feeling and the just deep, raw emotion in it. Just
One of my friends told me that whenever I sung "Hurt," he
hurt,
was
yeah.
like, I could feel it. He's like, whenever you said you can sing Johnny Cash, you can sing Johnny Cash. And I was like, yeah, like, okay.
Wow, that's hey, that is quite the compliment. Absolutely. Well, I just got the finger from my husband, so
Uh-oh.
so that means time is up for reflections. And come on up here, Draven. Oh my goodness,
Isn't this the cutest baby?
this is my great nephew. Mm.
Hi.
And this is his grandma.
Very sweetness.
You want to see him smile? Draven. Hi. Gonna. Kitty, kitty, kitty. You're not going to smile for me today. He's like, what the heck? Where am I at?
Did he get his snack? He may.
Yeah, he might be hungry. He might
The
be
makings
hungry.
of a child star right there.
Child star. It's the very beginnings. Very beginnings. All right. Well, I tell you what. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week. And it'll be August. Oh my gosh, can't believe it.
Yeah, tell me.
I know it. So we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching Reflections. Thanks, Russ.
No problem.
All right.
Thanks
all
a
right,
lot, troops. See you on the other side.
All right. Bye, everybody.